Y'all, I don't even know where to start with this one. This ain't your average messy breakup or baby mama meltdown. This is nuclear. The streets of social media just caught on fire after Hood Trophy Bino allegedly exposed a secret plan. And not just any secret. We're talking about Chrisean Rock's rumored termination plot involving Baby Jr. Yep, you heard that right. The same Baby Jr. the internet watched her cradle, cry over, and claim she'd die for. According to new leaks, things got darker than a Zeus reunion special at 2 a.m. And somehow, Ray J and Deshae Frost ended up throwing hands over Chrisean in the middle of the chaos. I'm talking swinging, shouting, security guards slipping like it's the BET Awards after party. This drama makes the Kardashians look like they need acting lessons. Chrisean's name is everywhere. Bino's spilling tea like it's his side hustle, and Ray J, that man acting like he just found out the world's last pair of AirPods belonged to Deshae. If you thought Chrisean and Blueface were done with the madness, buckle up, because this time the baby's involved. And the truth behind Bino's leak might just change everything. This ain't gossip. This is a reality explosion. It all began with a quiet storm that turned into a digital hurricane overnight. Hood Trophy Bino, the man once seen as Chrisean Rock's shoulder to cry on, her rebound, her peace after Blueface, just dropped the kind of revelation that sent the internet into emotional cardiac arrest. Out of nowhere, Bino goes live on Instagram looking like he's seen a ghost and says, "Man, y'all don't even know what's really going on behind the scenes." Shorty Wilden, talking about ending it. I couldn't stand by for that. Boom, 5 seconds. That's all it took to send social media into meltdown mode. Within minutes, Chrisean Jr. started trending across Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit. Every blogger, podcast host, and armchair therapist with Wi-Fi started dissecting his every word. Ending what? Fans demanded. Some thought he was talking about the relationship. Others, realizing the tone in his voice, caught the implication and lost their minds. "Not Baby Jr.," one fan posted in all caps. Chrisean couldn't possibly, but see, this is where it gets darker. Because while everyone was trying to calm down, a few sneaky screen recorders dropped a follow-up clip from the same live that Bino allegedly deleted minutes later. In that second clip, he says, "I tried to talk to her, bro. I told her, you don't do that. You don't take away something God gave you just because you're mad." And that's when the internet collectively dropped its jaw. Suddenly, the entire narrative flipped. The woman who'd been painted as the wild but loving mother, the street-born protector of her baby boy, was now facing allegations darker than anything she's ever been accused of. And of course, because it's Chrisean Rock, everything exploded into chaos. Now, if you followed Chrisean for even 5 minutes, you know her life moves faster than a Zeus cameraman on Red Bull. From her rocky relationship with Blueface to her on and off situationship with Bino, she's basically living a soap opera with no commercial breaks. But this was next level. Fans started pulling old videos like FBI agents on caffeine, clips of Chrisean crying on live, saying things like, "I can't do this no more," or "This mom stuff harder than I thought." Every single emotional moment she ever had suddenly became evidence. They stitched it together like it was CSI. Instagram edition. One comment said, "She'd been dropping hints for weeks. We just didn't listen." Another wrote, "Bino probably saved that baby's life, but not everyone believed him." Some said Bino was just mad because Chrisean allegedly blocked him again. One blog even claimed he was trying to get clout off her name, saying he'd run out of music buzz and needed a storyline. Whether true or not, Bino's timing was chef's kiss suspicious. He went live right after Chrisean posted a picture of Baby Jr. with the caption, "Solo mom life. I'm built different." You could almost hear Bino yelling from the sidelines, "Different how?" Meanwhile, Blueface, yes, the eternal ghost haunting Chrisean's timeline, couldn't resist chiming in from behind bars. His sources leaked a message he allegedly sent to a friend saying, "Told y'all, shorty crazy." Bin knew that baby situation wasn't stable. That screenshot went everywhere. Fake or real, nobody cared. It added fuel to the bonfire, and while all this was burning, enter Ray J and Deshae Frost, because why not? Apparently, they were both around during one of the late-night conversations between Chrisean and Bino, and things got physical. According to one witness on X, formerly Twitter, Ray J lost it after Deshae made a joke about the baby drama. The post read, Deshae said, "That's why Blueface don't even claim that baby." Ray J stood up like, "Watch your mouth, lil bro." Next thing we know, they throwing hands outside the studio. The alleged fight turned into a trending topic faster than you can say reality TV crossover. Videos started popping up showing Ray J being held back while yelling, "Don't talk about her like that, bruh!" You could hear Deshae in the background laughing, "Man, it's just jokes!" But the internet doesn't do jokes. It does screenshots and memes. Within an hour, TMZ had posted, "Ray J and Deshae throw hands. Chrisean Rock drama goes left." The comments section looked like a digital riot. "Ray J fighting for Chrisean like she's the last Scooty bike left on Earth," one wrote. "Deshae better chill before Princess Love joins the chat," said another. Meanwhile, Bino stayed silent for a few hours, classic damage control mode, before returning to live with a cigarette, a hoodie, and an energy that screamed, "I said what I said." He doubled down, saying, "Y'all can hate me all you want, but I'm not gonna sit around while somebody plays with a child's life. That baby innocent." And that's when he dropped the line that broke the internet. "Y'all think it's all for show. But if y'all knew what really almost happened, y'all wouldn't even be trolling." That one sentence set off an avalanche of speculation. Some claimed he was referring to an argument between him and Chrisean about custody. Others believed she had made a comment in anger that he took too literally. But the way he said it, slow, serious, and dead-eyed, gave everyone chills. TikTok went into hysteria mode. Conspiracy threads popped up everywhere. Chrisean's hidden struggle. The real reason Bino left. Ray J protecting her or protecting the secret. Even Deshae tried to hop on Live to explain himself, saying, "Bro, I ain't even fight nobody. We was just playing." But his face told a different story. Scratched cheek, swollen lip, and the kind of expression that says, "I should have stayed out of grown folks' business." Meanwhile, Ray J kept posting cryptic messages on his story like, "Real men protect women even when they ain't perfect." Some things ain't meant for the blogs. You didn't need a translation. That man was Team Chrisean. No matter what she allegedly did, by the end of the day, fans had turned this entire situation into an internet miniseries. You had number Team Bino trending next to Dom Protect Chrisean, and somewhere in between, the world collectively realized this wasn't just messy, it was diabolical entertainment. And while everyone was arguing over who to believe, Bino's original live kept spreading. Millions of views, duets, remixes, breakdowns. His follower count jumped overnight. Whether he was telling the truth or just playing chess with the internet, one thing was undeniable: the man had the whole culture watching. Because in today's world, a deleted live is worth more than a platinum record. And if the rumors are even halfway true, Chrisean Rock's bad girl redemption arc might have just shattered before our eyes. By sunrise the next day, the internet wasn't just talking, it was foaming at the mouth. Twitter Spaces were running 24/7. TikTok detectives were doing emotional autopsies on Bino's live. And YouTubers were breaking down the timeline of Chrisean's alleged plan like it was the Zodiac Killer case. Everyone had a theory. Some said Bino caught her in the middle of a heated argument and overreacted. Others swore he saw messages, maybe even heard her talking about ending it. Then there were the wild ones, claiming there's video evidence floating around somewhere, just waiting to leak. Whether fact or fiction, this saga had already evolved from gossip into full-blown internet folklore. But the most unexpected twist? Ray J became the unlikely knight in shining durag. After his supposed fight with Deshae, he went on Instagram Live looking dead serious, saying, "Look man, I ain't here for the drama. I'm here for the truth. People gotta stop trying to destroy this girl. She's going through something real." He kept it short, less than 2 minutes, but his tone carried weight. You could tell it wasn't one of those clout-chasing lives. This was genuine concern wrapped in Ray J's signature chaos energy. Within hours, that clip hit 1 million views. Ray J defending Chrisean Rock? One fan tweeted, "This the crossover episode we didn't know we needed." And just when people were starting to calm down, Deshae Frost went live. Now, let's be clear. Deshae is no stranger to internet drama, but this time he sounded like a man trying to convince the world he wasn't the villain. "Y'all making it sound worse than it was," he said, rubbing the side of his face like it still stung. "I didn't mean no disrespect. I made a joke that went too far. Ray J took it the wrong way. But this Bino dude, he lying. Chrisean ain't do none of that. I was there, record scratch. You were where? I was there, record scratch. You were where?" That one sentence lit the fuse again. He was there. Fans lost it. What was he doing there? Why was Ray J there? Why were all these men orbiting Chrisean's life like reality TV planets colliding in one chaotic solar system? Blogs started running with headlines like, Deshae Frost claims insider info on Chrisean baby drama. Ray J and Deshae's secret studio night exposed. Why was everyone at Chrisean's house? Nobody had answers. Only memes, theories, and audio edits. But then, something wild happened. Chrisean herself entered the chat. Late that night, she went live. Eyes puffy, voice trembling, makeup smudged, a perfect recipe for viral heartbreak. "Y'all believe anything," she said, half crying, half yelling. "I ain't never said nothing about my baby like that. That's my heart. People trying to paint me like a monster because they mad I don't mess with them no more." She kept talking, pacing, ranting about betrayal and fake friends. "Bino just mad I moved on. He ain't want to see me win without him. I don't need no man to help me raise my baby." And for a brief moment, the internet felt sorry for her. The comments flooded with hearts and crying emojis. Fans wrote, "We believe you, sis," and "protect Chrisean at all costs." But just as quickly as sympathy came, it left. Because a few hours later, a leaked voice memo hit the blogs, supposedly from Bino's phone. In it, a woman who sounded a lot like Chrisean could be heard saying, "I can't do this no more. Maybe I shouldn't have had him." The internet imploded. Again. Suddenly, her tearful live looked like damage control. Bino's story had proof. Ray J's defense looked misplaced. Deshae's denials sounded shaky. And everyone online turned into digital FBI agents with zero sleep and 1,000 theories. Twitter comments went crazy. "That's her voice 100%. Nah, that's AI generated." She said that in frustration, not for real. She needs therapy, not trolls. Even academics, the YouTuber, not the professor, dropped a 40-minute reaction video titled, "This Chrisean situation just got dark." But while everyone was pointing fingers, something bigger was brewing. Multiple blogs claimed that Bino had been contacted by Zeus Network producers. Allegedly, they wanted to film a tell-all episode about his side of the story. One insider said, "They know chaos equals views, and Bino just handed them a goldmine." And sure enough, hours later, Bino posted on his Instagram story, "They want me to tell it all. Y'all ready for the truth?" Cue the collective gasp of the internet. Now, at this point, even people who don't care about celebrity gossip were tuning in. TikTokers were saying, "I don't even know who Chrisean is, but this drama better have a season finale." Reddit threads hit hundreds of pages. Even Twitter-verified users were chiming in. And let's not forget Blueface, who can't resist entering a narrative like a Marvel villain in post-credit scenes. From behind bars, he allegedly sent another cryptic post through his manager. "Ain't no plan, ain't no secret, just a whole lot of cap," to which fans replied, "Sir, you started the chaos. Stay in your lane." But the chaos didn't stop there, because Ray J, being Ray J, decided to clear the air by hopping back on live with a glass of Deshae and the energy of a man who knew he was about to trend again. "Look, all I'ma say is this," he began. "People using this situation for fame. Some folks lying, some telling half-truths. I just tried to stop Deshae from saying something dumb. That's it," he smirked. "But if you think I ain't swing, you crazy. I protect mine." Boom, internet explosion. Again, the memes started instantly. Ray J protecting Chrisean like it's a Scooty bike sponsorship deal. Ray J caught in crossfire again, this time with fists. Love and hip hop, multiverse of madness. Every time you thought the story had peaked, it found a new mountain. But while the internet laughed, some people noticed something deeper happening. Behind the memes and chaos, there was a clear divide forming. Those defending Chrisean as a mother who's been under relentless pressure, and those calling for accountability if Bino's claims were even partially true. Journalists started using words like mental health crisis, fame, fatigue, and the dark side of digital, motherhood. Because whether you loved or hated her, everyone could agree something wasn't right behind those Instagram lives and glitter filters. And for Bino, the man had gone from supporting character to main event. His name was everywhere, but fame earned from fire doesn't burn bright for long. And the next chapter of this story was about to show just how fast clout turns into consequence. By the time the sun set again, it didn't even feel like the internet anymore. It felt like a digital courtroom. The fans were the jury, the blogs were the lawyers, and every live tweet and leaked voice memo was presented as evidence. Nobody cared about facts. People just wanted blood, tears, or both. Chrisean Rock exposed, Nars Bino speaks, and our Ray J fights. Deshae were all trending simultaneously. turning social media into a virtual boxing ring. Everyone was choosing sides, marked Team Bino versus Team Rock, while Ray J stood in the middle like an emotionally confused referee with expensive sunglasses. And then, Bino went live again. This time he looked exhausted. Hoodie up, eyes red, voice low, like he hadn't slept in days. "I didn't want to do this," he said, staring straight into the camera. "But y'all calling me a liar? Y'all saying I made it up for clout? Nah, I ain't built like that." I kept quiet for too long. He paused. "What I said about Chrisean, I meant it. I didn't say she evil. I said she lost. I said she was talking wild, talking about ending stuff she ain't never should have spoke on. And y'all think it's funny? Ain't nothing funny about that." The comments exploded. Heart emojis, crying faces, fire symbols, and a wave of "Speak your truth, Bino!" Messages flooded the chat. It felt like a sermon. Messy, emotional, but gripping. And then he dropped the real bomb. I tried to help her. I tried to get her back in church, back in the studio, away from all them fake folks around her. But when I told her to slow down, she told me I was jealous. Said I was trying to control her. Man, I was just trying to save her from herself. Boom. The live count jumped past 100K viewers in minutes. And while he spoke, clips from his old vlogs with Chrisean started resurfacing. Him holding the baby, her laughing in the background. Fans began making heartbreaking montages with sad R&B music, painting Bino as the broken hero in this toxic saga, but not everyone was buying it. Deshae Frost, clearly tired of being the punching bag of the internet, jumped on X and tweeted, "Bro think he Tupac of Zeus Network. Ain't nobody believe you. That girl ain't do none." 2 minutes later, Ray J responded, "Boy, you talking like you didn't almost catch a fade. Sit down." Cue chaos. Again, TikTok split in half like a celebrity civil war. People started making fake trailers titled "The Baby Jr. Conspiracy." Dramatic voiceovers, fake interviews, and headlines flashing across the screen like "Truth, Lies," and a child caught in the middle. It was viral storytelling at its peak. Meanwhile, Chrisean stayed quiet. For 3 days, no posts, no lives, no rants, nothing. And when a woman like Chrisean Rock goes silent, that's when people really start panicking. Bloggers began speculating that Zeus had locked her into an NDA, preparing a damage control storyline for her upcoming series. Others thought she'd fled LA entirely, gone somewhere to get mental help. But the silence didn't last long. On the 4th day, she came back, and she came back swinging, literally. Chrisean went live in her car, blasting music, nails done, wig laid, attitude on 1,000. "Y'all trying to make me look crazy for clicks? Bet. Let's be crazy together," she said, smirking into the camera. "Ain't no man gonna tell my story. Especially not a man I fed, clothed, and helped when nobody even knew his name." She leaned closer, eyes locked on the camera. "Bino, stop playing with me. You know what we talked about that night. You twisting it for attention. You broke my trust, and you gon' regret that." It was raw, fiery, and classic Chrisean, the internet's queen of unfiltered chaos. Within seconds, her live became a circus of comments, hearts, and shock emojis. Everyone was screaming in the chat, "She's back! The queen of drama has entered the chat. This ain't love and hip-hop, this is love and hellfire." But here's where it turned emotional. Halfway through the rant, she softened. Her voice cracked. "Y'all don't know what it's like being a mom when the world hates you," she said quietly. "Every mistake I make turns into a headline. I love my baby. I would never do nothing to hurt him. Never." The entire internet froze. Even her haters went silent for a second. Then she wiped her tears, laughed, and said, "And Ray J, thank you for swinging on that clown. Real one." And just like that, the emotion flipped back to chaos, the internet's favorite mood swing. Within hours, Ray J became the internet's honorary Chrisean defender. Fans were calling him Sir Ray of Rock, editing fake movie posters with him holding a baby bottle like a sword. Deshae, on the other hand, became the meme punching bag of the week. Deshae Frost trying to joke his way out of Ray J's right hook was trending. Meanwhile, Bino was on his story acting like he didn't care, posting, "They all lying." I told y'all what it was. The truth don't need defending, but it was too late. The internet had moved on, from believing him to questioning him, because once Chrisean cried on camera, the sympathy tide turned. Suddenly, people were digging into Bino's past, pulling old tweets, finding clips of him arguing with exes, and painting him as emotionally manipulative. In 24 hours, the man who looked like a savior was now the villain. The man who looked like a savior was now the villain. Even Zeus jumped in, posting a teaser clip of their upcoming reunion episode with the caption, "Sometimes the truth ain't meant for the timeline." It was pure PR brilliance, using real-life pain as marketing gold. And as the dust settled, the three main players all walked away changed. Bino lost credibility, but gained a cult following who believed he tried to do the right thing. Chrisean earned sympathy and more spotlight than ever, proving once again that in her world, pain equals power. Ray J, he became an unexpected folk hero. The man can make a scooter, leak a tape, start a meme empire, and still somehow end up saving the day. By the end of the week, one quote from a viral tweet summed it up best. "You can't write this kind of chaos, but if you could, it'd be called The Chrisean Chronicles, Faith, Fights, and Fumbles." And honestly, they're not wrong, because when Bino tried to expose the truth, he didn't just spark a feud, he lit up Hollywood's gossip sky like fireworks on the 4th of July. And whether you believe him or not, one thing's clear, this was never just about the baby. This was about power, about fame, about who gets to control the narrative when everyone's telling their own version of the truth. And in the end, the only thing bigger than the drama was the silence that followed it. And there you have it. Another round of pure, unfiltered celebrity chaos, hotter than a Zeus reunion and louder than a Blueface live. Bino tried to play whistleblower, Chrisean went full redemption arc, and Ray J, the man turned into the protector of the century with one swing. Forget reality TV. This is reality warfare. I streamed straight through your timeline. But now the million-dollar question is, who do you believe? Did Bino really uncover Chrisean's dark plan? Or did he just spin the wildest publicity stunt since Blueface's mugshot merch drop? Was Ray J fighting for love, loyalty, or just another viral headline? Drop your verdict in the comments because this case has more sides than a Zeus cameraman's camera angles. And while you're down there, smash that like button like it owes you child support, hit subscribe before the next scandal drops, and turn on notifications so you never miss when the tea boils over again. Because tomorrow, somebody's live is gonna leak, somebody's feelings are gonna get exposed, and somebody's career is about to catch fire, and you already know who's breaking it first. This is Celeb Rocks, your #1 source for messy truth, wild leaks, and stories so outrageous you'll think they came with a laugh track. Stay petty, stay curious, and remember, in Hollywood, every secret has a soundtrack, every friendship has a price tag, and every private moment eventually trends. Because here at Celeb Rocks, we don't chase the gossip, we live in it. Now go ahead and refresh your feed. Because trust me, the next meltdown's already loading.